Good morning. This is George Kachuk with Know Your Options Inc., coming to you from the CME Group trading floor in Chicago. It's Friday, August 10th. Equity markets are generally flat, giving back a little bit of the recent gains. Now, taking a step back, we're concerned about the NASDAQ crossing the 2,900 level and staying above that. Recently now the NASDAQ burst above the 3,000 level and is muddling right around there. So we're looking to see if this is going to become a support level, or will the NASDAQ get rejected at these levels and drop back down to the channel we're trading in. So at this point, if the NASDAQ stays above 2,900, we could still be in this uptrend. It's only normal that we back and fill somewhere along these lines. S&P 500 also crossed the 1,400 level. Earlier back, we were concerned if it can break through the 1,360 and stay above that. So right now, again, it'd be normal for the S&P to give back a little bit. As long as it stays above the 1,360, more than likely this uptrend continues. Now, this is kind of interesting because it has not been the best earnings season. A lot of the recent leaders have gotten hit pretty hard on earnings. If you look at Priceline, Chipotle Mexican Grill, Lululemon, Baidu, a lot of these stocks that were pretty much leaders gave back. Now, the one leader that's still hanging in there pretty good is Apple. Apple gave back a little bit after earnings, but still staying above the 600 level. So it's going to be interesting to see where the leadership develops in this market. It hasn't shown its face yet, which takes me to the next step. So how do you play this market? You have this choppy uptrend where the leadership's not really clear. Well, one of the things you can do is study which sectors are doing well and which industry groups in those sectors are doing well. Studies have shown from William O'Neill Company that 37% of a stock's moves due to the industry group that it's in, and about another 12% of the sectors it's in. So if you're holding equities, it's important to know where your industry group is in terms of ranking relative to all the other stocks, all the other groups rather. Now, we talked about using relative strength last week, so this is along the same lines as, you have to look which industry groups are doing the best. Now, we mentioned this a while ago. For the last 6 months, the biotech sector has been doing very well, and it still is one of the top performing industry groups out of about 197 industry groups if we divide this all up. Now, the big sector that's doing well is the medical sector. Now, that could scare you a little bit because that's a little bit more of a defensive sector. But in that sector, again, you have the biotech, which is a growth sector, so maybe leadership will develop there. You do have a lot of stocks that are doing very well in that space. For example, things like Amgen, Biogen, IDEC, Pharmacyclics, Celgene. So a lot of good performing stocks in that sector. Another sector has been doing industry group over the last few months has been the building sector. And in that, again, you see the home builders. Housing data has been improving, and you have a lot of home building stocks that are doing pretty well, like Lanier, D.R. Horton, Pulte Homes. So those have been there in the last 6 months. So see, you had plenty of time to look at which industry group was doing pretty well and put some money in those areas. Now, if we look at what's recently started to move up pretty quick, we find some other interesting industry groups. In the medical sector, the medical services, you have, that's an industry group that moved up just over the last few months. And in that, you have stocks like DaVita doing very well. Another industry group that's moved up just recently has been the media industry group. In there, you have stocks like Disney or Script Networks, which has a lot to do with on-TV shopping. One of the other industry groups moving up just recently, again, is the chemical agricultural stocks. That industry group's doing very well, and you have stocks that are breaking out like CF Industry, Rentec, so Agrium, American Vanguard. So again, you focus on those industry groups and you might find some winners in that space. So again, that's not the only solution to the market, but watch your industry groups and sectors. Let price and volume be your guide. This is George Kachuk with Know Your Options Inc., reporting to you from the CME Group trading floor. Thank you.